Where you from, little mama? Where you bound? Where you bound? Yeah, we certified. Go on, check the list.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is State to the Point Radio on WFBS 98.1. Yeah, I had to stop for a second. Duel.com because I stopped. I've been drinking just a little bit. But Duel.com, FB Media Group, you know what I'm saying? We are State to the Point Radio. I am your host, Saya Wave.
And I'm Chandra.
Fuego
Beats.
And
Chandra.
Yeah, see,
no,
this
Chandra's
is
before Fuego.
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah,
know that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
For
being
real. Yeah. You are second, girl. You didn't even know. All right.
So funny.
All right. So yeah. See, this is how long we have been away from each other because we had this cohesive thing going on, and all of a sudden y'all already stumbling at the beginning of this shit.
I know. We'll get it back.
Facts.
All right.
All right, so with that being said, I know y'all see me earlier testing out the mics. Oh, Sean, I meant to tell you too. I got a second mic now. Oh no, I did tell you. I told you last week.
Yeah, you told me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just testing it out earlier today, so I went live stream and test out the software at the same time. So I went live stream just testing it out, seeing how it sounds. But I like it.
Good. Okay.
So we are here. We finally here together. It's good to see everybody. How's everybody doing? I know we've been hella busy as you obviously. So how's everybody?
I'm chilling for the most part right now. Just, handling business, fam, all that.
Word. Okay.
No, I'm good. No complaints. God is good. So busy week, but yeah.
Amen. All right, so we got everybody on a Barry White shit and chilling and all that, not getting excited, but it's all good. Yo,
I'm tired.
You're so funny.
Yo.
I'm tired as fuck.
So I'm about to get mellow now. I know everybody obviously knows from everybody, even people that don't know the person, but rest in paradise to Nipsey Hussle. First and foremost, I wanted to start off the show definitely saying that Nipsey Hussle was not only just an entertainer as a rap artist, but he was also an entrepreneur as well as an activist.
Absolutely.
He was heavy in his community. He did a lot of major things for his community. I mean, he employed a lot of locals. Down to the homeless. He was an amazing person from what was told, what was interviewed from multiple people in the area in Los Angeles. Oakland, in Compton. So he was a major figure, not only just an entertainer. He was just a big time voice. Even the police department mourned his death. They quote, they said that he was actually one of the good ones. He was one of the major ones. He was one of the voices that wanted to change the community. He was bringing people together. I mean, I'm talking about gangs, Bloods and Crips coming together, shaking hands, trying to be peacemaker. But unfortunately was gunned down a few days ago in front of his own store in Marathon clothing store. Unfortunately, I seen the video. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend anybody seeing the video.
You can make it out, but it's not like it shows.
No, they had a close up.
I'll say it ain't nothing that I haven't seen. Maybe other people, but I've seen so much that it's like I'm numb to it. You know what I'm saying? In person, on video.
Yeah, but it's like it's
kind of numb.
I mean, I seen the same thing. I mean, my uncle died not shooting, but he got stabbed, in front of a building. So news and things that I seen I seen it before, but it still feels like it's the first time when you see it. You know, it still feels like the first time. Like you don't want anybody to experience something like that. No, not even your own enemies. You don't. That it was very tough because it's just the fact that not just because he was a good guy, not just because he wanted more for his community, he was doing more for his community and actually spreading a great message. But it's that the fact that he was a human being, you know, going down like that and getting killed from another. And his worst part is just getting killed, period. It's just, it's never something that you want to see or never something that you want to experience. You want to always experience natural death. If I'm going to go naturally. Like I want to go on my sleep. I want to go because I'm too old and it's just, my body gives up on me. Not something where you get taken out at the age of 33, you know? So, but, rest in paradise to Nipsey, man. A fantastic person. I know he was doing a documentary, a Dr. C's documentary. He was doing some major things. He was actually tag teaming with Meat Mills on doing a like stop the crime type of a campaign. Mm-hmm. He was also doing some things with Jay-Z because he was heavy. I think Jay-Z was managing Nipsey or was about to manage Nipsey. And shout out to Jay-Z, too, for donating $15 million to his family. For his kids. For his kids. So shout out to Jay-Z for that. Shout out to, first, man, another person I thought about when he went down, though, was Lauren London. I was like, oh, man, like, she just got married. Like, shout out, prayers to his family and Lauren London and her family. I know that's something that you don't wish as a wife, as a husband, to see your spouse life get cut short like that.
Right.
It's nasty.
So my issue is this, right? And it ain't got nothing to do with Nipsey, but I ask all of you guys. I do not call myself like, I do my thing in the community, right? And I think we all do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the question is that I always have for everybody is, it's not why you wanna give back to the community, but what's the right way to give back?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because is that the right way to put yourself in danger, knowing who you are?
I wanted to get
and
into
then
that.
the story behind what he's not wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong. What he said to homeboy, what they saying he said. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know what they're saying he said to the alleged killer, right?
No.
That he told him to bounce because you was a snitch and don't nobody want you here. And the dude said, "Cool, I'll be back." Now I don't know how true that is, and I'm saying he ain't wrong for doing it. He actually trying to protect your ass. Really, he telling you, "Yo, you stay around here." I don't know how it could have been like, "Yo, dude, people calling you a snitch. You might want to, ease back from here because we can't have that around here. We can't have the drama, and I don't want you to get hurt, and I don't want nobody of my people to get hurt." Dude just got mad. I don't know, but that's what people saying. It's a lot of things. People saying conspiracy because he was working with the doctor. It's gonna be a lot of that. But in general, my question is always when we try, and it's hard because, like I said, I'm out here, I'm doing the same thing, and you're doing the same thing, and it's like, what's the right way? Because people just hate it. They're just jealous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but for them to do what they did to him, that shit was against him. Something happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like to shoot a man 5 times in the chest, then come back and hit him in the head. That's something that was targeted. That's a targeted thing, not a hit as in like on some mafioso, but that's something there. Again, I'm not saying he was wrong, right? I don't know the story. I'm not saying that, but it's like the dude was trying to get back. You know what I'm saying? Who was there protecting him?
No one. Yeah,
He's supposed to have bodyguards. You supposed to know this.
But see, this is my thing. Weird. He was in his own hood, and see, my thing.
That's always the case, though. Always the case. Okay. Yo, my cousin got bodied in front of his building, and he was on the block still. Don't get me wrong, but he was doing good for the community too, over there in Harlem. Young boy body him. It's not saying it's a right thing, but it always is your hood, because you wouldn't be posting up in somebody else's hood. Right. It's always your hood. You know what I'm saying? And it's always your people that are close. like always. And it's just like I don't know, man. I just like, what's the right way? But that's why people don't like helping out the hood. They don't like doing that. And in reality, I kind of ask myself, why are some of these celebrities, like why was Merlin Santana in Compton? For what reason? Why are you in the hood and you this guy? Like the point is getting out of there.
Right.
Like what is and really it goes beyond just having a store or two.
Right.
That makes the hood, because you got to get into this government. That's where it's at. That's who runs these places. That's who lets it go all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just hard, man. It's a hard balance. I don't know. I can't answer that question myself.
Sean, how you feel?
But yeah.
It's so layered. It's so layered. I mean, literally from the time that I saw the TMZ message that that he was shot and other people were shot. There was 3 people that were shot, and then it was reported that one was deceased. I was, my heart dropped, because I was just like, oh my God, like I just pray, for everyone's safety, but especially him. I was just like, I hope that he's okay. So then when the news broke, shortly after that he had passed and that he was killed, I mean, I had a lot of other stuff going on as well. Like I'm one of those people, I'm definitely an empath and I feel a lot of things. And I had a friend's mother pass away, and there was actually a young mother last week in Charlotte who was killed in a drive, like a shootout, pretty much in the middle of rush hour traffic. And mother of 2, just driving home, going to pick up her kids or going to school. I'm not sure exactly what she was doing, minding her business, and was killed. So my heart was already really heavy. And so that happened. And I mean, I probably cried until Wednesday off and on, because it was just like overwhelming. When you see, we know he hasn't always been good. Honestly, I wasn't even a fan of his music. And I've known who Nipsey Hussle has been for a long time. Just tried to listen to his music and it just didn't gravitate to me, which is okay. I still respected him as an artist. I still rooted for him in the Grammys. I saw him and Lauren, on GQ, and just all the things they've been together for, several years, but just seemed like this was kind of their year. She was doing her thing, he was doing his thing, and he was just creating more, just seemed to be getting more things going with the community, as well as his music career was taking off to a whole nother level. Her career was doing well. So just to see, they just had the GQ cover, and they just had like the GQ little couples quiz where you got a chance to kind of see more of their personalities. I just watched that. So it was just extremely sad, heartbreaking to just see, someone go down like that and in front of their store, and on the same corner in the same hood that he's trying to help, by someone who looks just like him. That was just really tough. It's just really hard. So it's a lot of layers to that. It's a lot of layers to that. I'm sorry, y'all.
I know what you're going through. I thought it was mine. I looked back. I was like, yo,
I'm shooing him, and finally it's like, okay, you think I'm not gonna get up, right? So let me get my composure back. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, so it was really tough, and I'm still processing it. Now you have all the conspiracy theories that are out here in regards to the police being involved or the government being involved and the documentary and all that stuff. We don't know exactly what happened. We don't. But what we do know, and what I know, and I think you all know, is every single day there's some hating behind people, Black people, that don't like that you have something that they can't get their ass up and work hard enough to get themselves. You come from the same place, you just not hustling, you're not doing your thing. So instead of them actually trying to attempt to do better, they just take what you got. And so I feel like, it really, I personally think that happens every day. So that's not a conspiracy to me. So if it ends up being just as simple as him coming up to the store, he's an aspiring artist. He's trying to kind of, he see Nipsey doing his thing, and he's trying to, chop it up with him. Nipsey's kind of, Nipsey was only up there, backstory, Nipsey's only up there without his security and without his people, because he had a homeboy who just got out of prison for 20 years. Mm-hmm. And his homeboy wanted to be presentable to see his family. So his homeboy's nephew brought him up there, which are the two people that got shot. His homeboy and his homeboy's nephew go up to the store so that Nipsey can get him clean, so that he can go and see his family and be presented and look nice. That's the only reason why he was up at the store. So I know his brother, which had a really, 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 if y'all get a chance to read that, not sure if you had or not, but he did LA Times did a story on him, and he actually, you know, his big brother was actually there before he passed away.
Yeah. And
you know, they called him right after it happened, and he was able to get to the store and be with his brother, you know, and administer CPR and everything before he's put in the ambulance. And you know, his brother's like, we constantly told him all the time not to go places by yourself, like go in the hood by yourself, do things by yourself. You know, you're wearing all this jewelry, all this stuff, and you just, you know, going to Compton, going to Crenshaw, going here, going there, going to your store by yourself, standing outside of the store. They're like, stay inside the store. Don't be in the parking lot. Just things that in any hood you kind of gonna be aware of. But that's his hood, and I think that's just him, and I think that's why people loved him so much, because he was so accessible and so relatable and wasn't afraid to be out there like so many other artists and celebrities that leave. And I'm not saying that people don't have just right to leave, because they're leaving sometime because they're like, we can't move in this space the same way we used to, because though there are the people that love us, there's also the people that's trying to get you, trying to get what you got. So it's a catch-22, but I do think that's why he was so beloved in that community, because he stayed there. He worked there. He was trying to make that community better. He didn't, you know, he wasn't just one of those people who was just throwing money back and saying, hey, you know, let me give it to some other people that's still there to create stuff and build stuff. He was like, I'm actually here round up. And unfortunately, you know, he died on the same streets that he grew up on.
And go ahead.
Let me ask you with this too. I'm asking both of y'all. And Fueg, I'm gonna relay back to what you were saying. How much can we help the hood? What is the limit to this? Like, because one thing about it is, I think the problem is it really helping the community if you're not visible? I think personally, I feel like it is. Like, if you could help the community, you still can help the community and not be touchable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the situation about with Nip really loved his community. He really loved from where he was from. He loved LA. He loved Compton. He loved Oakland. Like, it was his home, and he cherished it. No matter how bad or how ugly it could look, he cherished it. So due to the fact he didn't buy people's love, I'm not saying that. He did it from the grace of his heart. He did everything from the grace of his heart. He said, you know what? I don't want to just be like everybody else and try to get out of the hood. I'm trying to build it. Let's try to get out of this poverty. He actually was talking, side note, he was actually talking to the police department about what we could do to better the community.
He had a meeting at 4 p.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
He died Sunday afternoon.
So he had a meeting. He actually sent an email to the sheriff, and the sheriff actually read it on the interview, what he was looking at of what we could do to get it together. Matter of fact, these are the two gangs. I don't, please forgive me if I say it wrong, but I think it was 60 gang Crips, and then the bounty hunters. They were Bloods and Crips, and what he was doing was setting up a meeting for them to shake hands, to coexist.
Which they've done that multiple times over there, like multiple times.
Right.
Since Rodney King, and we had all that drama. They've done that with different sets. So Rolling 60s, yeah, that's
Rolling 60.
So that
right,
set, yeah.
Right.
So that set. And I'll go into that later. What we were talking about on the phone.
Right.
I'll get into that later. But yeah, in terms of your question, for me, I agree that you don't have to be there per se, like the everyday, to make an impact, right? And it depends what you're trying to do. Like, I don't know the whole. I mean, I've followed Nipsey over the last maybe year and a half, right? Like that, because it's honestly and I don't want to say he's Pac. I don't want to compare him to Pac, but I'm gonna compare it in
this generation. He's this generation.
That's what I was getting ready to say. No, I didn't follow his music either. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of that. But when I'm looking at how, see, the difference in Pac is Pac was really never banging. He was never like that. And it's hard for you to transition. I'm not saying he did this. This is just me knowing ex-gang members. You done killed somebody. You done killed somebody that somebody loved. Now you saying, oh, forgive me, now I'm good. That may not fly with a lot of people. You done took somebody's life. Now, I'm not saying he did that. I'm just saying sometimes there's stuff that can't be forgiven that you've done. And that's why you have to think before you get down with all this stuff. But I'm not saying that was him. I'm just speaking, and kind of generalizing the thing, right? Yeah. So, like, if I'm trying to help, like, if I'm that way, it's really hard. Like, sometimes I can't do it. I have to do it through somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would love to help some of the community of around here with the Ethiopians and stuff, right? Like, he was Ethiopian. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Eritrean.
Oh, Eritrean, Ethiopian.
No.
No. I know. I don't. No. I have a niece. We adopted. I know the difference.
Okay.
But it's Pakistani and Indian. If you break it down, you're the same bloodline. You speak two different languages. And then if you know, I'm just saying.
One went to war, so you gotta respect.
No. It's Pakistan and India, the same thing. I'm just telling you. I mean, respect it, but in reality, I'm just saying in reality. But that's not even relevant to what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is that the point I'm trying to say is that I can't do that. I am not them. So I cannot do that. I have to get somebody who they identify with. If I'm known as a killer or from the killer a crew, I may not be the right person to be doing that. That might have to be somebody else. So I'll put my resources, my energy, and my knowledge into this guy and send that guy out to be my face in public, because I can't do that because I know where I stand in that hood. And I'm just talking about that now. I'm not trying to tell y'all don't know or nothing like that, because I don't know. I know where Josiah comes from. I'm not sure where you come from with that. But, like, unfortunately,
I'm not from the hood.
Oh, I'm not even saying hood. I'm saying, unfortunately, I know too many people that are in gangs. I never wanted to join a gang because I thought that was a cop-out. I thought I could handle things on my own and I don't need to do all that, right? But they were all around me. Latin King, Crip, Blood. You talking about the Pyrus over there, and all. You talking about Damu, talking about Nine Trey Blood, Sex Money. You know what I mean? All of those sets, like, I know about the history of all these people, and it sucks because you shouldn't know that. I shouldn't know that. I shouldn't want to know that. But my thing is that some people, you can't do that because you've been so indulged in that. You cannot come out and just be like, hey, it's me now. I'm a different person. Because people are not going to accept that. So you kind of got to sometimes, I feel like you can still be relevant, but just put your, like train somebody up. And if you want to be in there maybe through somebody else. I'm not saying that's a clear-cut way. I'm just saying that's one way that could possibly help, but I don't feel like you got to be there present all the time to make a difference.
I mean, I agree with that. I don't honestly think it matters whether he was in a gang or not. We know I'm going to say black on black crime. We know that if people, because on my post today, and we'll get on that later, but some people were offended by me saying black on black crime. Okay, we all know, regardless of whether he came from the rolling 60s or he came from the suburbs, him being in the hood, he could have gotten got, period. Like, it don't matter whether he was a part of a gang or not. I mean, there are grimy people, that's a part of it. You got majority of people, I think, who respected him and respected the fact that they saw his presence in his hood, where he's from. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what made him so relatable and so loved, because they're looking at him and saying, he comes from where I come from. And he's comfortable still being here, where a lot of people escape it and don't want to come back. So we respect him for that. On the flip side, we also know the hood also has a lot of people who come up and they've been through a lot of trauma. I'm from the suburbs of Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm from a hood, but what I will say, I've been working in social work for 20 years. And so I clearly know my children and the population and the kids and the environments that I've worked in, the people I've worked with. So from a secondhand standpoint, I can talk about it all day. And I see the trauma, I see the things that are going on, I see the poverty, and I see the coldness that happens with some people. And I also see the lack of decision making and the lack of choice. But I've had multiple kids that have literally gone to a school and had to decide literally first day, who you repping with, or your ass gonna get beat by everybody.
Right.
No doubt. I want to just clear when you finish. I want to say one thing.
So and that's not even to you. That's just to speak out.
No, I know.
I think that, for me, my heart cries because I know that the majority of the kids in the hood, including Nipsey, and a lot of other people who didn't feel they had a choice in the lifestyle that they had to take because they're basically in a situation. He's said in interviews, he's always been creative. He's always loved music. Right. He's always loved technology. But where were those resources? That's why he's created a STEM program for kids. That's why he was trying to, create more opportunities in the hood for people, because there aren't any. And so for some people, it's either join this set or get beat up all the time or die, because I don't have any protection out here. I don't have protection when I'm going, from place to place. So it saddens me so much because there's so many youth that are feeling like they have to decide to do this. And then there's some who don't. And if you didn't, and for you, you're saying you were around it and you clearly didn't make a choice. But it's so many people, so many kids that did. And I know he came from that walk of life, but I appreciate the fact that he was able to get through that and then get back to finding him. Get back to the legitimacy of it. Get back to the music. Get back to the creativity. Get back to the technology, and then give back and try to make a way for the youth that may not have had that. And that's what makes me so upset, because I'm all about prevention as a social worker. And so he was providing opportunity for young people. And when I see that opportunity, when I see his light get burned out, it's like, who's going to pick up the stick? Because not everyone does that. I think I do compare him to Tupac in a lot of ways. But what I will say is he took the torch even further because his was action-based.
Facts.
Tupac didn't get a chance to do that because Tupac was so young, and I believe he would have taken it there.
Facts.
But what we saw in Tupac is a hope and a dream and a vision of inspiration. He breathed into us and said, "You are Black and you're beautiful, and you are somebody." But Nipsey actually presented action, and that's what's so hurtful, because we need more action-based.
But see, the thing about and look, my bad. Look, the thing about with Tupac, and please, guys, don't get upset with me. And I'm speaking to everybody that's watching, streaming, and all that. Only thing with Tupac is he had a visionary, right? He wanted to do things, but at times he was a hypocrite because look at that beat up in Las Vegas that he did with that guy. Like, he didn't lead by example at times. He did put it to his music. He did spoke on it. But there's times that Tupac he felt like the pressure was too much for him, and he spazzed out. And when he spazzed out to the world in front of the cameras. So everybody's seen it. So if you got a kid that it looks at Tupac like a hero, that looks at Tupac as a role model, and then you see Tupac beating up on this dude in Las Vegas because there was some type of beef with a certain gang. Like, it's like, bro, what the fuck, man? Like that's not a good example there. Like, and again, this is not, Tupac is legendary. He was. I mean, I rep the fact that his parents was Black Panthers. They were powerful, and they were trying to make a way. And I know he was caught up where he had to do certain things, but due to the fact that you are now at a certain platform and you have to lead by example, yo, if anything, you let other people handle that. Why are you in the mix of this shit? Stop trying to rep something that first and foremost you're not. Okay.
But to his credit, he also, and then Fueg, I want to hear what you got to say in rebuttal. He was 25. Nipsey was 33. I just want us to live to be able to have wisdom, because even at 40, I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things that when I was 25, I did something completely different when I was 33 to when I was 40.
I'm gonna rebuttal real quick. Okay. The fact that he's from where he's from, okay, unfortunately, you have to grow up fast. Okay, I'm sorry, like that's just what it is. You have to grow up fast. You at that time in poverty, the fact that he's in a situation where he's pretty much raising himself anyways. He was he had a single moms that worked two or three jobs. So you were raising yourself majority of the time. So it's like you had to learn in a young age as it is. So yes, I understand. It's still no excuse the fact that he is young. That is true. It's absolutely true. So he's going to be young-minded at times. But due to the fact that you use this music platform that puts you up on this pedestal, and then you speaking the way you speaking because you speaking very intelligent for a person being from the hood, to now all of a sudden now you still doing hood shit. You confuse motherfuckers. They going to.
But I think he was also confused. I mean, you're talking about young, famous as he was. Then you're talking about fame is a whole nother. That's a whole nother level. Then you're talking about possibly, we don't know if what drugs he was taking or what he was dabbling in. We don't know that. And then you talk about being shot already and all. I mean, then you got you got stuff all around you. I mean, I definitely saw his energy change when he joined Death Row.
Like I said, the influence.
But he was also in that culture. I think that we were seeing, just like we see with most artists, them go through the growing phases, and we see that through their music, through their personalities. Jay-Z wasn't always preaching that, spitting them gems, So I just think that everyone kind of goes through their thing. I just wish that Pac had the opportunity. We know the potential was there. I just wish he had more time.
Right.
I think we would have saw him evolve a lot, at this point now. But unfortunately, at 25, his life was cut short.
Right.
So I wanted to go back because you mentioned, like, as far as I'm not trying to make it seem like if this thing beeps one more time, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't stop it. It's I think it's the dryer over here, but I can't stop it. I don't know. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you guys that this situation right here. You just because you're not in the hood, don't like. My point is there's suburban, there's gangs there. So what makes a gang scary? Guns and drugs. Well, guns and drugs are in the suburbs. More rampant because it's easier access because you got money. So what I'm trying to say is that just because you lived in where you live doesn't mean that the same person on your block wasn't involved in a gang activity and things like that. So you probably weren't. I'm not saying they were. I'm just making it up an example. So I'm not trying to make people think it only happens here or only happens here. Not in this day and age. Back in the day, 80s, 70s, 60s, maybe. But now, it's everywhere, right? It's spread out to all communities, everything like that. Also, what I'm trying to say is that, like with Pac, remember Pac was an actor. We tend to forget about that. We tend to forget that he grew up and he went to Baltimore, and who was his best friend? Jada Pinkett. That was his good friend. He grew up. So you're talking about him going to an art school. How many people that really are in the hood could go to an art school like that? So let's think about that. Then think about when he started banging. He was of age. When I'm saying of age, he was mature, 17, 18, to understand what was right and what's wrong, and he didn't bang. He got with Death Row and changed for an image, but that image basically effed him. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And everybody, his crew really believes this, and I don't know if you've ever heard it, but what changed? It wasn't just Death Row. It was after Juice, when he played Bishop. They're saying a lot of conspiracy, but the spirit of Bishop stayed with him. And sometimes with these actors, it kind of does. If you know some actors, sometimes they get so deep in a role, they got to go to therapy to get them out of that because they so into it. But so that's another theory of Pac, and he just went downhill, and whatever happened with that. Now, my thing is this. I'm going to say it like this. You mentioned Chandra, and I'm not disputing anything you say because I think you're right on point with everything you said. What I'm saying is that we talking about Nipsey, and I love, like I said, everything he was trying to do. We talking about Nipsey, but you know how many Nipseys I know in Woodbridge, Virginia, and nobody talking about them because they're not stars? We talking about Nipsey because he's a star. So when we say that there needs to be more Nipseys, there are. But we're talking about Nipsey because he's a star. We're forgetting about this dude over here, this dude over here, and this dude over here. That's why, and Saya knows, that's why I wanted to start Fuego Beats Radio. Because I wanted to give that voice to those people that we're not going to talk about. So there's a lot of people, and I'm going to put my hand up as one, that's trying to do this in our communities. But because we aren't Nipsey, meaning we aren't popular and winning Grammys, we're overlooked.
But you know what? Honestly, my reference to Nipsey was not.
I know you. No, I know you. I'm just speaking to everybody else.
I was gonna say it wasn't about saying there aren't people in the community. I mean, clearly, I've been a public servant for almost 20 years.
You too. Yeah.
So it's not saying that. What it's saying is that more Nipseys, as in people who have the money.
Famous people, got you.
No, not famous. Have the money.
Well, the money.
And so for me, I don't see that as much. To me, he was one of him, J. Cole. There's certain artists that are out here who have the means to make big impacts. That every impact matters. Clearly, mine is a ripple, but I'm cool with my ripple because I know that I'm changing the world one person at a time. But when you can make big impacts like that, buy out, stores and have connect with STEM programs and have the accessibility to, he was working on a project where he was trying to connect jobs to the hood, like, get kids into technology and link them to possible jobs with with Silicon Valley and things like that. When you have people who have more leverage than us and more power and more, honestly, more money, there's all these hip hop artists are actors, athletes. Some of them are doing some things. Russell Westbrook is one person I know who does a lot in his community in Oklahoma City. He also does a lot in LA. But there's a lot of people that could be doing more. And so I really hope that people do continue the marathon. I really, really hope that this does inspire more people by just seeing his story and seeing what he was doing. More people who have that, just not even on a small scale and on a large scale, that it really does motivate them to get out there and do more, because you just don't see a lot of people walking like they're talking.
I personally think that it comes to it because understanding how some of these individuals, where they grow up, right? Some in the hood, and I hate to keep saying the hood, but in the hood, it's you said this on one of the texts, it's mental illness. That's what it is. Because when I say that, is that sometimes you give them all the opportunity and they don't walk through the door because they just don't want to walk through the door. I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry to put my man. That's my man. You know who I'm talking about. Won't say his name, but he just got out in November. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. You open every opportunity. You presented it, and their mental stability made them go left. And you can't bring them back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that's a major point, that all these guys that become activists, they do the STEM programs and all, but they need to get into that, like, why? Because you know how many people I know that are in my family and not in my family that were in the projects and all that, and they made over $75,000 one person there, and the other person makes at least 30, 40. You make over 100K and you still in the hood. Because you want to. That's the only, and my family made a cool 45 as I grew up, if that. And my parents said, you know what, you ain't gonna stay in there. We ain't gonna have you in that environment. Yo. So it's like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. Yo, so we gonna go ahead and cut this because we way over time on the net. We probably gonna skip the man cave. I don't even know what man cave. I think Sean got the man cave question of the week. Hopefully, Sean, you got something, baby.
Yeah,
All right, so what we gonna do though? All right, we're going to take a little break, and we'll talk about it on the text because we can't talk about it here. We'll talk about it on the text. I want to definitely play Nipsey's a song of Nipsey before we'll get into the man cave. So we'll be back with the man cave, and that's it.
That makes sense.
Here we go.
Take your hair still, right? Oh, I'm sorry. We got to be quiet. Or they can't? Oh. Well,
well, while we're talking, shout out to LeBron James and the many others out here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the people, all of us out here just trying to make a difference. That's a positive difference. That's what it's all about.
I'm the streets voice out west. Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Playing no games with you niggas. Pop clutch, switch lanes on you niggas. I laid down the game for you niggas. Taught you how to charge more than what they paid for you niggas. Own the whole thing for you niggas. Reinvest, double up, then explain for you niggas. It gotta be love. Run the city, it gotta be cuz. It's for the pieces I took off the Monopoly board. Hey, y'all niggas false claims, it gotta be fraud. Just keep the hood about your mouth and you gotta be charged. I doubled up, tripled up, nigga what? Banged on the whole game, I ain't give a fuck. Nobody tripping, handle business, got my digits up. And when I drop, you know I'm about to fuck the city up. Check. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect. Then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked. Come through fly. Check. No cosign, I ain't need radio to do mine. I done fine and I take my time. Check. And take my tribe. Every level that I crossed in this game like state lines, it was visionary. Either I'm genius or you niggas scary. Maybe it's both in this balance I deliver daily. For every nigga in these streets trying to feed the babies. The single mama's working hard not to miss a payment. And dirty money get washed on royalty statements. Black owners in this game are powerful racists. Young niggas in the set just doing it makeshift. Out the garage, it's how you end up in charges. How you end up in penthouses, end up in cars. It's how you start off a curb server, end up a boss. It's how you win the whole thing and lift up a cigar with sweat dripping down your face. Cause the mission was last time that I checked. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect. Then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked.
I got the front and in the back. We on the way and that's a fact. This real, this ain't rap. Where everybody wanna act pro-black. The last lie you heard, this ain't that. This that, I didn't. Made it out the gutter shit. Nip told you fuck the middleman. I told you fuck a bitch. Fuck wearing they clothes, I wear my own shit. Y'all can own y'all label, I own my own, bitch. Hey, Mill, I remember all that game you throw me. Don't fuck around and get played by the label owners. Talk that shit to these niggas, Adrian Broner. But secure the window, don't let the game fool you. Cause when it's game over, it's really game over. And all they do is play the game till it's game over. And you be giving game like a big brother mission, never let them take it from us.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling zones in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect. Then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked.
Yo, we are back. This is Stay to the Point Radio on WFBS 98.1 FB Media Group, dual.com. Yo, shout out to everybody, man. I want to shout out to my girl Quenisha. Yo, she doing some major things. She just released her new company line, Color Junkie lipstick. So she does have a lipstick line. Definitely check it out, Sean. I'm gonna go ahead and tag you on that.
Okay, sure.
Check it out. I actually ordered 2 for the wife, so she's gonna try it out. From what people been, reviewing it and everything, and they enjoy it. They said it has a nice moisturizer with the lipstick itself, so it keeps the lips moisturized while it's whatever that means. But anyways, right. So shout out to Color Junkies lipstick, as well as shout out to Jesse with his book. I know he's doing some major things over there. Jesse doing his unspoken word book. If y'all have not picked it up, make sure you pick it up on Amazon. Jesse Smith, aka 2050, aka Mr. JSNL. Shout out to Jesse. Also, I said it earlier, we got a line, Just Culture, Stay to the Point Radio shirts we are getting this Wednesday for the team. So applaud that. We are getting some shirts. So if y'all going to see us with the shirts on, as well as we're going to have an ill-as layout, a new background. So that's coming up soon too. So you won't see this little background around us anymore. We got something else that I got on the works that to attract y'all and make y'all look at it and be like, wow, that's amazing. So if y'all want to pre-order the merch, definitely hit us up. Mr. Fuego Beats at Gmail, or you can hit. Well, I don't know if Sean wants to get hit up with all that, but or you can hit up State to the Point, St82dapoint radio at gmail.com. If you want to get some merch, just make sure you send the size, and it is going to be $30, folks. Okay, so that's the price. All right. So with that being said, we are going to get into the man cave. And Sean got the question of the week.
I do. So while I was just thinking about this week and reflecting about everything going on, not just with Nipsey, but just our community, period, for a long time now, actually. So this isn't anything new. But the term Black on Black crime. Now, when I said it in my post, I was specifically referencing a Black person killing a Black person, and just talking about how, you know, it's getting. I mean, it's been out of control. It's way been out of control. So just talking about that, and a few people brought some, some good comments. I love different ways of thinking. Brought some comments to the table, basically saying that they, really don't like the term Black on Black crime.
Right.
And so from what I gathered from that conversation, it was more so it's a term that society has put on us, and of course was talking about the demographics of of crime in general, which we all know, most demographics or most communities or whatever, that population is killing that population. So I guess some people are offended by the term Black on Black crime. And so just wanted to ask you guys what you guys think of the term Black on Black crime and what it means to you. I know what it means to me. I'll talk about that after you guys answer, and then we can kind of just talk about it, because it was interesting. I really, haven't had a lot of people talk about it in that way.
Frank?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I didn't have a problem. I actually commented on the post. I don't technically have a problem, but I think about it like I feel like that's the term. We have Black on Black crime, and then we have crime, right? They don't ever pick on any other culture or any other community and say Latino on Latino or Asian on Asian. They don't say nothing like that. It's always focused on Black crime. That's the problem, Black on Black crime. Yes, it is a problem, but when we look at it, if we look at it in a microscope, and not even a microscope, we just look at it, every culture kills more of their own kind. Because it's just like, and if you even talk about tribes back in the day, I guarantee you more tribes had beef with each other than with other people. That just it's just the nature of it. It just happens. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I'm like, oh, let's get away from it or anything like that. I'm just saying that's what my take on it is. Like, I kind of, when they say Black on Black crime, it kind of sometimes makes me cringe like a little bit, but it doesn't like kill my soul or anything like that if you use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, but I mean, I could kind of see what others were saying, that it's not Black on Black crime. It doesn't matter. It's all crime, because we're putting a focus on just Black people doing that. You know what I'm saying? I guess, I mean, that's kind of my thought. I don't know.
I never thought of it, to be honest with you. I feel like it's just like the word nigga. It comes out as automatically it's negative if the reality of part about it is negative. Black on Black crime is just like the word nigga. It's negative, but we so used to saying it, we just say it because it's part of the culture. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make it right. We just been ignorant for so long that we just continue to be ignorant. Black on Black crime is just not per se, and I'm not saying in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying in the sense that it just separates us. It makes us look like we are different species. We're not human beings. A crime is a crime, and that's all I really have to say about it. A crime is a crime. I mean, I hate the fact that yes, we kill each other, and as people, not just as Black people, not as just Puerto Rican people, not as Latinos in general. Like, not as Asians, whites, blacks. We just kill people. People kill people, and unfortunately, that's what's going on. But to separate us and say we black on black crime, and then what? Another motherfucker that's white kills a black man, and it's just it's just a crime. So it's ugly. It's like it's levels to this shit. Okay, well, what the fuck? Like, what? One is lower than the other. Like, I don't get the gist of it. I never get the gist of it. But due to the fact that I was so used to saying it or doing it or whatever, not doing it. I never did it, by the way. But used to saying it, it's just okay. But it's not. It's not.
So my take on it, I still stand by it. I get what everyone's saying. I hear you. I feel like if I wasn't woke, if I didn't know that crime happens the way it happens, I very much know that white people, and if they're white people are around mostly white people, they're going to kill other white people. I know that same thing with Latino communities and same thing with black communities. But when I speak on it, I'm not speaking as another race. I'm speaking as a black woman who's saying I'm sick and tired of black people killing each other. And I mean that. From the bottom of my freaking soul, I mean it. And so that's what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. This is not talking about everybody. That's almost like saying all lives matter and saying black lives. I'm talking about black lives. Right. I'm talking about all lives. I'm talking about black lives. And I'm talking about what I see in my community and other communities all the time. What I've seen my friends die and get killed by other black people for nothing. And it's always for nothing. And even going back to just even the way we pick things apart, I feel like there are levels to it because it's scary. Last week on Monday here in Charlotte, you have an armed black man who is threatening a woman in a Burger King. Police are called. They come out. They command him to put the gun down multiple times, which he does not, and he is killed. Mm-hmm. You have protesters, black people protesting galore. You have on that Wednesday, after that Monday, 2 days later, a 27-year-old mother of two black woman driving through a neighborhood just trying to get to where she's trying to go in rush hour traffic, and she's killed in a freaking shootout at 5:15 p.m. and you don't hear shit. And it pisses me off. It really does. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yes, I'm talking about black on black crime.
Yeah,
I'm talking about black people killing black people. Yeah, and I'm tired of it. And it means something to me. Now, I don't expect the white person to talk about black on black crime the same way I'm talking about it or feel as passionately as I do. Because if my son is killed by another black man, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm black. So when I talk about it and it comes from me, I'm saying I'm tired of seeing us kill each other. I'm sick and tired of seeing brothers and sisters not have value in themselves or values in other people's lives. So that's what I mean when I say it.
And I think, and that's what I knew you meant. I was just kind of talking to everybody. I was saying that I can understand what the other person was saying, that you don't want to single it out as that. But I knew what you were talking about.
Oh yeah, and I know that
because I want people to feel me.
And I know. But
it's real, and I'm sick and tired of us getting all riled up and upset and there are two different matters, and I tell people that all day. Yes, the white cops and everyone else who discriminating against us should not be doing that. But I want to see that same energy carried when it's Pookie that killed Twan.
Right, and my thing is, Bashan, you're looking into it a lot more deeper. You putting emotion and you putting action to what you're feeling, and that's completely. I agree with you 110%. If anything, higher than that. But I'm going off of the words. See, the words itself is the fact that it says black on black crime. Period. It's just a sentence. That sentence itself could go each and every way direction. You going off of your emotion, and I 110% with you on that because I feel the same way. I don't think we should be killing our own people. That doesn't make no fucking sense. Like it's just like in Africa, motherfuckers be killing their own tribe. It makes no goddamn sense. It doesn't. And I agree with you on that. But If you take the emotion out and just put out the sentence on a piece of paper and read it to yourself, this shit is ignorant.
So tell me what else, because I feel the exact same way, and I don't feel like, and I know I'm sure I'm being subjective on this. I don't say N-word. I don't understand why people think it's brotherly and sisterly to say it, or means kinfolk or whatever else they think it means, and have flipped the term and made it endearing. But it seems almost like that's almost like similar to the way people feel about black on black crime in terms of me saying it. So what else? Because I'm totally open to suggestions. I don't have to say black on black crime, but I say that because I literally mean a black person killing a black person. So what is the other terms that I should say when I'm not talking about crime in America. Right. I ain't talking about everybody. I ain't talking about white people. I'm not talking about that. When I'm talking about in these particular situations, when I'm talking about Nipsey and this man that's accused of killing him, when I'm talking about my friend that's gunned down for some shoes, when I'm talking about my son who was at risk of being possibly killed, more than likely from his brother, than being killed by another race, I'm saying, what do I call that? What should I call that? What's the proper term?
Well, that's my thing. It's just about rewording. Like,
that's
because the fact
what else do people call it? What do people call how do I describe it? How do I describe that? Because I do want to specifically talk about black people. I'm not talking about other people.
Stop killing our own people. Period.
Okay.
So you just don't like you just don't like the word black and black together like that. That's what you're saying.
That's my main thing.
So you're saying, you keep saying what you gotta say. You know, that's how I feel. You keep saying whatever
Yeah,
it is.
you could say whatever you want to say. I'm not going to bother either. But what I'm saying,
there's another thing people are saying. I'm open to that. I'm just saying, what are people? How else do you describe if I'm talking about this Nipsey Hussle and this Eric Holder, whoever his name is?
Yeah, that's the point.
Person accused of killing him.
Allegedly.
What do I say that is?
And
a person killing a person? Because that's not what I mean.
No.
Not enough.
It's our people killing our own people. And see, my thing is, at the end of the day, like, again, I know who you are. Okay, I'm right with you or what you saying, because that's exactly what it is. I'm right with you emotionally on that. Okay, but if I'm also coming from I'm kind of like trying to play on the other person's shoes. The people that just don't know, that don't emotionally, are not emotionally attached like you are. Like, maybe they're not so into the culture like you are. They're not so into our people like you are. Unfortunately, there is a lot of, I hate to say it but I'm going to say it, fuck it, Oreos. There's a lot of Oreo motherfuckers out there that don't know their culture. They don't care. They don't care. They don't know. It doesn't affect them. They grew up at a certain way, and they forget their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of black people out there that literally grew up around white people and think that they white. Okay, so they take everything to offense. Oh no, nothing happens to me. Nah, my skin color is not affecting them, or it's not bothering them. I am just like them. Motherfucker, what? So it's just, it doesn't register to them. Unfortunately, there is people out there. They aliens. We know, okay? They hiding under a rock. Yes, they are. They dumb as hell. Yes, they are. They might be intelligent in the books and all that extra shit, but when it comes down to common sense and street culture, they don't have it. Yes, I know you are not from the streets, Sean. You're from the suburbs. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how much you say that, you know something. You know some street shit. Because because you either was somebody in your family either not brought you up on it, but put you on it. They put you on it.
I had a boyfriend that's a drug dealer. I am very aware of it, whether it be through the work I do or whether it be people I've known,
and it's
or whatever the case may be.
And it's not the music.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I see. Shout out to Adrian. Is Elise, right? Your homegirl Elise, is that her name?
Yes, Elise is. Hey,
Elise. Ray is up there.
Yo, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. I shout out to all of y'all. But we've identified the problem. Now, what the fuck is the solution? That's what I asked y'all. One thing about me is I'm about solutions in 2019. So we already identified the issue. We kill each other. We have the mindset is where it's at. It's significance. Now what? Now, what do we do? I'm not saying we can answer that in this conversation because we can't. But what is that? What are we going to do together to bring that, to change that mentality? Because it's been years. And this is before all of our time that this same mindset happened. And it goes beyond slavery. It's a human nature, as Adrian pointed out. But what can we do to change that? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell people. We talking about all this. We like, yo, the black community need to stop buying from black people. They need to start buying from. Okay, so tell me how you feel. If you bought weaves for 35 years from these Asians around the corner that never did you wrong, and I pop up in the store just because I'm black, you gonna buy it from me? It don't work that way. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my thing is, what are we gonna do to make this change as a collective group? What can we do? And my only solution is we keep giving people education and we try to get these people as much. One person to me is 1,000 people. Because that one person is going to spread the word. Right. But and I'm not going to go religious on y'all, but I do believe God is the only one that can take care of it. Amen.
Yes.
That's the way it is.
Don't wait. First and foremost, wait. Don't say you don't. I don't mean to go religion, bro.
I'm just saying. I don't want to disrespect, but that's the true thing.
It is.
Regardless of what walk of life, regardless of what religion, you are. We all know that he's the only one. He or she. No, I'm stop. But I'm just saying, Almighty is the only one that can take care of this issue.
Right.
And that's just the bottom line.
But we have to work. I mean, yes.
Oh yeah. We got to work towards
it. We gotta pray. But he also uses us to do the work. And so, right. I mean, I appreciate Elise. She does a lot of stuff in the community. I mean, all of us can do something. And so I just feel like that's why Nipsey's death was so hurtful. Yeah. Because he was doing something, regardless of the past that he may have led.
I know what you mean.
We don't know that, but what we do know is that there was some positive things that he was doing, and as long as you're doing positive, I'm all about change. You know, people have past, people have things that they were doing. But as long as you're trying to move forward and you're trying to breathe positivity into people, and especially into our kids, because that's where it starts at. It's all about prevention. If we want to create a new world, if we want to create a new mindset, just like we talk about racism, and it's starting at home, and people stop breeding it and stop creating it, because we know none of us are born with that. God, if we want to talk about God creates us in love, and so it's this world that's dividing us, and this world that's causing all this stuff. I mean, it's this world that causes a man that you see a man on this surveillance camera who literally gets that upset over whatever it may have been, to not only shoot him, but come back and shoot him several more times. I mean, he wanted to kill him for whatever reason.
That's beyond.
And that's hate. That's hate. That's nothing but hate to take someone else's life. Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
One more question. How the fuck did he get O.J. Simpson's lawyer?
I have no idea.
This is what I'm trying to say.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
really quick, who paid for that? Think about that.
No, there's no way, fam. Look, there's something twist going on here, bro.
That's why the conspiracy theory, the people who think about conspiracy theories and all that, their motor is going, because that's the question. The dude's not supposed to be a rich guy. Who's paying for that lawyer? That dude ain't inexpensive. He ain't doing it pro bono. But
see, a part of it,
reason behind this.
No, and we forgot to mention. Sean mentioned that he is an inspired rapper. That is true, but we forgot to mention, why did he say? Why did Nipsey say, "Yo"? It allegedly said that, "Yo, get out of this store. You're a rat." Why did he say he a rat? Because he's a foreman for the police department.
Yes.
So again, this is it's a full circle. What I'm saying, I'm not saying anything in specific. I'm not pointing any fingers, but there is a twist to this, okay? And I think more is going to come out really, really soon.
No, so I just want to say one thing. Go ahead. No, you go first. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around all that stuff. So y'all are saying that you believe, because I mean, honestly, I'm thinking this guy is just Uncle Tom, sellout.
Me too. I know that.
Attention whore. This attorney who took this on. That's the way I looked at it. I didn't even dig that deep. I was just like, he just wants the fame of this, regardless of what he went. He just wants to be in the public eye, because I'm thinking to myself, if you have a woman who drove the car who could identify this dude, you had 2 people who got shot who lived who could identify him. I mean, there really is not, this is kind of a cut and dry case.
So
I'm just thinking, what person would even take this, I don't even know why he took it on other than those reasons. So what y'all are saying is you think that he actually, you're thinking
paid.
that the guy who shot him was an informant and did it. There is some other stuff to it as to why he killed him.
There's
like
a possibility. There's a possibility.
Possibly.
Because again, Nipsey was trying to make a change. And I wasn't going to get on my theory shit. I wasn't going to get my conspiracy theories.
I want to hear it from y'all because I respect you guys. I want to hear it because I'm hearing it. I'm hearing lots of different things. So.
And I feel like right now we already know what it is. We know one thing is Nipsey is gone. Okay? We know that. And he obviously got gunned down because there's footage. Okay, and there is somebody that obviously gunned him down. Now, we don't know who it is. We don't know. It could be Eric Holder. It could be somebody else. You know, even though everybody's identifying him to be the guy, maybe they just don't like him like that. It's just you never could tell. Like, so, coincidentally, like he got into an altercation with Nipsey and they think that was him coming back. It might have been somebody else. So it's just right now I feel like there is you can flip it anywhere and however you feel like it to be into the truth.
Because on the other side of it, and I hate to say this because I feel like I probably am disrespecting my man Nip, but who says he really didn't do something? Just because we see the surface, what if he was still doing things in the back? What if? I don't know that. I don't know that. Right. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, look at how some of the mobsters for years, you was like, then all of a sudden you're like, just in my area, one of the mayors, the dude was fucking all kinds of damn narcotics and shit. No, what? I know the dude. You're like, what? So I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying we can spin this any kind of way. Yeah. We can say, hey, he just did something or whatever. We don't know. Or he's getting too much.
I agree with y'all. I not agree. Because I necessarily don't. I have to definitely see it to believe it. This conspiracy.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is I just wonder if, for example, if he would have been killed by another race, or let's just say even by a cop, would we even be exploring all these different things? Like? It just is interesting to me. I just think it's interesting, like literally this black man. I don't know. I'm wondering. It just seems. I don't know. I can't wrap my mind around it yet. But I find it very interesting that all this exploration is going into.
See, it depends on the details because I see what you're saying. Like if he got shot by another race that was not a cop, I would be feeling the same way. And I think most people, because it would be like on that Malcolm X. I'm sorry. On that Martin Luther King type thing but we would be thinking somebody put him on that. Because why would this random white guy
be in the hood?
Kill him? Yeah, be in the hood and just kill him. So would it be a little easier to support those conspiracy theories?
Or a white cop who doesn't know who Nipsey is and who sees him in the parking lot, doesn't realize he's a store owner or anything, and just basically is confronting him and profiling him the same way what probably happens every day on that strip. And they get into a confrontation or whatever, or Nipsey is not being compliant, and then he shoots him.
The only reason,
we would probably
just be a whole bunch of protesting, and then
yep.
You know, Black Lives Matters, hashtags, and all that stuff. Like, I guess I'm not saying there's not a conspiracy. I don't know. I haven't bought into that yet, but I just find it interesting that I don't know. It just seems interesting to me.
No, you're right. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm with you. Like, I don't really know, and I don't like to play that conspiracy. My bottom line is the dude was doing some great stuff, so let's continue to push people that's doing great stuff. That's what I come down to. Because if I wrap my head around this, I mean, I will think all kinds of, I can think of all types of things that wasn't true, was true. Malcolm X killing, they put him up to it. The government, I could do that, and you know, hey, I might. But you can spin anything you want, and that's what people do now to get likes and all that shit. That's what they do.
And they also say that Martin Luther King actually he became an Uncle Tom. I'm just saying.
They say things like
there's
that.
rumors. There's rumors that he became Uncle Tom. He sold himself out, and with this specific speech that he ended up coming in front of, it's a whole lot of theories that you could come up with. But again, all it is, it brings a whole bunch of judgment. Okay, it brings a whole bunch of hate. It brings a whole bunch of switching of the mind, trying to confuse motherfuckers from the natural, like the reality part of it. And the reality part about it is these black men are gone for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only thing we know for sure. That is the 110 guaranteed is gone. He's gone. Okay, nobody faked their death. Nobody. Fake a birth certificate or whatever the case is, or whatever. They gone. So
they're senselessly gone.
Senseless.
Like so many other leaders and positive figures.
It's crazy. So I
just wonder. I think at the end of the day, for me, the biggest puzzle was we see this all the time. We have family members and friends that were senselessly killed for absolutely no reason other than could be just simply hate. Or someone stepped on their shoe and messed up their Nike. I mean, we know that it could be the most senseless.
And that's what I mean.
Stupidest reason as to why we see in our community a black person take another black person's life all the time. Mistaken identity.
I'm telling you that I think it's to Adrian's point, is because we don't know, and I will specifically talk about people of color, black and Hispanics mainly. We don't have a value, because I watch this. And in school I watch a white guy get his new shoes, step on it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's cool, bro. I see a black guy. Yeah, you better be sorry. Yeah. Like, damn, why you gotta start shit? Like, I was never like that though. If you accidentally step on my shit. Yo, my fault. Yo, damn, yo. My bad, man. My bad. That's cool, dog. It's all good. Why you gonna fight over damn shoes? Because I value your life and I value mine. Because we're gonna lose both of ours if I do something.
Right.
But people they don't value their life or nobody else's life. Because they grew up, and I say that it's part of, when I say slavery, but it's in the DNA now. You don't value, and it's kind of like when you see multiple generations of battered women. And you kind of say, like, you watch your mother get your ass beat, so you gonna go get your ass beat too. But it's something mental, and that stays in them. That just, and I feel like it's just been generations of generations of generations that do that. I even mentioned that when people talking about Russell Westbrook and LeBron. Y'all sit there, beat him down, but don't nobody talk about big men. Nobody talk about him accused of rape multiple times, all this other shit. Nobody talk about Tom Brady cheating. It was proven he's cheating. You don't see his people going out there putting all this together and showing how Montana is this way and he's a dog because he's it. You don't see all of that. You see some of that, but you don't see all of that. Right. And these guys do a little bit. Russell Westbrook plays with heart, and that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's a self-hate.
It's aggressive.
It's self-hate.
Yeah.
It's self-hate.
You know what? I also want to say in regards to this. Can we please? I wish there was some way to stop this phenomenon of showing people being murdered. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these police shootings on media replayed and on YouTube. I'm sick and tired of seeing Nipsey's or the surveillance camera footage. That is traumatizing. We are actually seeing people die. Like, that is not, and I don't watch them. But so many people do. I mean, I didn't watch it, but the things I heard about the Bronx killing of that young man, Junior, and people watching that, like, that is insane. Like, they need to ban this. I do not see other races' videos on the media replayed and on YouTube all the time where you're seeing all these people getting killed. I'm confused, and it's appalling. I don't understand why these videos are even being able to be played. That is literally a human life that we're seeing at a push of a button being taken away. Because
nobody else values the life of. As I tell people, I said not so many years ago, they viewed black people as less than animals. That's why when we talk about, I'm not gonna get on that too much. When we talk about the whole gun control, and they be like, well, understand if the people who signed that law or that what's it called, the amendment, if they knew black people were going to be able to have handguns and shit like that, trust me, they would have put a bylaw in there to not have them do it. That shit wasn't written for us. Trust that. Trust and believe that.
Check it.
But yeah,
I just want to let everybody, and I want to apologize to everybody. My stream service has been up and down. I apologize. Trying to get better, guys. Like I said, we are truly trying to get better. I already upped my damn streaming. I already upped my streaming a couple of months ago, and still doing the same thing. Don't get Spectrum, but I have no choice. If I could, I'll give Verizon Fios and call it a day, because Verizon Fios always been good to me. It's expensive, but the shit works. Spectrum is a piece of shit, and I'm gonna let them know y'all a piece of shit, and I want this to be a promo. I might even send it directly to them by email with this show. Maybe they could check out the show. They might enjoy it and subscribe. But with that being said, I just want to say, do not get Spectrum, okay? Do not get Spectrum. Okay, now,
I know Spectrum.
Yeah, don't get Spectrum, bro. So again, I want to also shout out all the viewers for tuning in. Every single one of y'all. I know we beyond our time that we were supposed to be, but we always do this. We didn't even hit other topics that we were supposed to hit. I don't think it matters. I think this was specifically.
Can I talk about West Boogie for that 2020-21?
2020-21.
For Nipsey?
No, check it though. He did it on LA. He did it on Nipsey's favorite team though.
Right.
That's disrespectful.
In his city.
That's disrespectful.
In Nipsey and Russ City.
No, that's disrespectful.
Oh, I thought y'all said Gatsby. I got Gatsby on the mind. I thought you said
You said it's disrespectful?
It's disrespectful.
What do you mean?
It's disrespectful.
He should have lost that game on purpose.
Yeah, it's Nipsey team.
He made history.
No,
he made history. He was repping
no,
the Rolling 60s.
No, Sean. Okay,
no,
he disrespected.
No, that's what Russ said. He said 2020. He said the people who know what that means. He said that. I'm not saying I'm repping the I'm talking about that.
But yeah, when he said it, I was like, no, Russ, this is just another thing. Now they're gonna say, oh, Russ is a gangbanger. Like that.
Well, I mean, his dad was OG. His dad was a gangbanger.
And the thing is, back when I told everybody, understand what the root of these gangs were not to bang. It was to pretty much do what Nipsey was doing and uplift your community.
Yes.
And to protect your community against racists.
Yes.
That's what it was. It wasn't
to sell drugs. That's all it was. It's just like the Latino.
And some are still.
It's just
Latin Kings and all that.
The Latin Kings and the M16s. Like all them gangs was meant to protect their own. But unfortunately, money got involved. Okay? Drugs got involved. Money got involved. And it became ignorant. And that's what came out with guns and killing motherfuckers for no goddamn reason. And there was no rules to this game. There's no rules to it. Like in the mafia, at least with the mafia, the motherfuckers was cool with it. Like, yo, I got a suit on. I can't hardly talk. I'm gonna smooth talk you the whole time. But the only way you could kill this guy right here, you gotta ask for permission from the commission. Only reason you could kill this guy, you gotta ask for permission from the commission. You can't just run up on a motherfucker. You gotta ask permission. You can't kill a made man. You cannot kill a made man. He is at a certain level. You cannot kill him. He is doing this thing. There were rules. There is no goddamn rules in the streets, bro.
How can you have a rule? I always ask this question. Did you actually go to jail for war crimes? So there's a rule in saying how you should kill a dude. Like, what? But you know what? They did it.
Bro, it's corny, fam. Like there's no goddamn rules, bro. At the end of the day, I don't expect no killing. Period. If I could, I would be I would sing a song like Michael Jackson and shit. We Are the World. I'm about to do We Are the World. But I wish we could be on some peacemaker shit, like where we could all be at once. Yo, I listened right quick because I know we gotta end this show. Right quick, I listened to this guy. I don't know if you ever heard of Daylight. Daylight is a battle rapper, okay, from LA. He's from Compton. He's from the same hood as Nipsey. Nipsey, they knew each other since they were kids. okay? And he spoke on some real shit. He's a little weird. He's a little off, but the guy speaks on some true stuff. So he came in and he was like, he was so upset about Nipsey. He was so upset. He was like, this guy did everything. You know, he did everything for our community. All he was trying to do is uplift. But y'all motherfuckers want to live what y'all rap about. Y'all want to live what y'all rap about. And then all of a sudden, the people that are mourning and they saying, oh my God, rest in peace to Nipsey and all that, y'all get sad and all that shit, but y'all just rapped about a song killing the motherfucker 6 times. It makes no goddamn sense. How you gonna rap about a song killing a motherfucker, doing this, doing that? Well, excuse me for my language, by the way. I'm just being passionate. But killing people left and right, doing this, that, and the third. But then when a person get killed the same way that you just rapped about, you mourning. What? It makes no goddamn sense. Wait, one more thing. He got so upset, and I ain't gonna lie, I kind of laughed, but he was like, yo, I want to bring my whole life savings, all my life savings, buy all the missiles in the world, and straight up bomb LA. I want to bomb LA because but why he said that is because this is the only reason we could clean up. We had a man that tried to clean up LA, try to make a difference, but instead, you can't even do that shit. Instead, you go ahead and fuck it. I'm gonna just go ahead and bomb y'all, kill y'all, and start all over.
I got 2 things. I promise I will end it after this, and we could do it another time, whatever. 2 things. Okay.
That was my dog barking.
3 things actually. Rapping and all of that. I don't know why y'all people, not you, but I'm saying people in the world don't understand that this is, and most of them are acting. They are writing. They're writing how they feel. Some write what they went through, or others write what they're just talented. The same way that all these people who write like you talking about Wes Craven and all of that. But we have people that are mirror screen killers, but they don't do it, so we don't say nothing. There's rock and roll. They talk about. I'm gonna wait till he comes back. But Saya, I was talking about we have different movies that come out. Right. We got people that have. We got everything from gang movies like Men's Society. We got movies like Training Day. All of those movies like that. But we say nothing because they're actors. Why can't we realize that most of these rappers, honestly, most if not all of these rappers, are actors? Because you know why? People are dumb as hell. They really think that shit is real life. It's just like reality shows. It's just like reality shows. But listen, how they trying to kill the culture? That's what I'm saying. And I feel what your man Daylight was saying. But the way I feel like that helps kill the culture is because he's doing the same thing. He's saying y'all rapping about this shit, but then y'all other people are doing it. So should I say the same thing about all the rock and roll people that talk about drug use and all of a sudden these 5 teenagers overdose on cocaine? That ain't their fault. So why should it be these rappers' fault? Because you choose to do some dumb shit.
You know why?
I'm saying, like, that's not fair.
You know why? Because we are the pinnacle of music. Rap is the biggest music business in the world. It's the biggest genre in the world. Not music business, but genre.
It's always been like that from the door, from NWA and all of them back then.
No, sir.
What? Dog. What? In the 90s, they fucking
in the 90s. No, 90s, yes. You said from the beginning.
Dude, white people in society have used us since the fucking 80s saying how our music was not good. You can even watch on popular TV. Watch 21 Jump Street in the 80s and watch that shit. And pay attention. They have been, and I'm not saying all white people. I'm sorry to make it like that. But I'm talking about society of white people that didn't want us to do it. They do the right thing. You see it. It was all like that. They have since the beginning of us trying to do something and speak our voices. It's been a negative connotation on that.
Of course, it's always going to be. You know.
But then we agree with it.
Yeah. I agree on that.
Well, what happened is hip hop used to be truthful. We started hip hop because we were speaking the truth about what we were actually
exactly. Yes.
And now it's fiction. It's fake.
It's fake.
It's nonfiction.
Yeah.
It's not real anymore.
The point I'm trying to make is that I've heard this. I'm 36. You're 40. You're 35. I've heard this all my life. That how hip hop was a negative thing, and it was promoting gang violence in the early 90s, late 80s, because that's when I started. because I was born in 83. So I'm talking 89, 90, 91. All of those years, it was always negative. It was always bad. It was always something. Then now we're doing the same thing. Now I rewind to all those punk rock shit and all of that who had the same, talking about drug use, talking about some country music, talking about beating their fucking wife and drinking all the time. But nobody ever, they don't come out and say, this is why society are alcoholics. It's because country music always, they don't do that.
Bro, but
they do it and we do it too.
But bro,
What I'm saying is that we're helping killing who we are, and we're pretty much saying what they're saying. So how the fuck we gonna get mad at them?
Look,
how are we gonna get mad at them saying the same thing that you saying?
Look, this is my thing. This is my thing. Unfortunately, okay, and you know this, just like I know this, just like Sean knows this, okay? It's the fact that we are put at a certain pedestal. We are put on a different world, okay? White people can make fucking mistakes, okay? I'm gonna put it like, I'm sorry. I love all my white people. I love y'all. I truly do. It's not about, but it's the cultures are different. Okay, let me say culture. Okay, I'm not gonna say white people. I'm not gonna say black people. The cultures are different, and why I say that is because we still getting hated on. Okay, and what's worse is that we hating on ourselves in the process.
Well, that's
so with that being said, okay, we are ready. When we come out the womb, we are already we are already handicapped, okay, because of our names, because of our skin color, because the way we talk, because the way we walk. We are already handicapped in that sense. So now we have to do more beyond. If it was a different culture, you already know what culture I'm talking about. It's here's a little easier way. I'm not saying it's completely like the Wizard of Oz and follow the yellow brick road type shit right now. No, I'm not saying that for that culture. Okay, I'm not saying that. Not anymore, anyways. It's a little different nowadays. I don't think it's not as easy for them anymore, too. Okay, and I'm gonna put it out there now. But it's still easier for them than us. Okay, and then we got our own people hating on us on top of that. Not only is our road difficult as it is to be successful for whatever we choose to become in our occupation, okay, but we also getting hated on by our own people. We getting judged. We getting crucified because of certain things we say or certain things we do, okay, and all that. And then, I mean, we can't even get support from our own people when we start new companies and businesses and podcasting. But these motherfuckers would chase the next Louis, Gucci, Prada, and all them are a different culture because they were raised by that culture, brainwashed them to feel like this is the wave. This is where you want to be because this is all there is. Okay, so again, getting handicapped again. Okay, in a sense, because we are getting attacked by our own, not only doing that, but the other culture are paying our own to continue to act ignorant. So then we could act like that too, quote unquote, reality shows. So it's like, if you are not strong-minded, if you are weak-minded in any sense, your ass could get caught up in that really, really quick. That's why people can't live without their phones. That's why people can't really they can't without social media, these motherfuckers will pass out. They will lose it.
No, you're right. What I'm saying is that everything you said proved my point. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything you said. My question, my original shit
we were supposed to get off too.
Well, I know. Why do we? My original shit was, why do we speak just like they do against us about the same shit? Like, why are we getting on? I'm just asking. Why are we getting on each other for speaking about the different shit, talking about gang violence, talking about like the shit, painting the picture, putting a movie into rap, doing a Mobb Deep, doing a Woo, doing a, you know what I'm saying, doing a Pac, a Big. Why are we getting crucified for that? And then crucifying ourselves too. If we have what you just said, if we're knowledgeable, like you just said, how come we keep doing the same thing that they doing? We fighting against ourselves while they fighting against us too. So we losing it's a lose-lose situation. So it's the same thing if they say all tattoos mean you're a gangbanger. That's what I'm saying. That's how it feels. that all get, so every time I talk about, I'm telling a story. Because that's what they do. They tell a story about they went to a drug deal, got shot up. So what if they put that story into a script and had a movie in fucking Hollywood? Would you feel the same way? No. That's my point.
I will say this.
They're trying to, I'm telling you.
I don't know any other genre of music other than our rap music that talks about, that glorifies the stuff we glorify, honestly.
No, they don't, but they glorify other shit that kills it. Drugs. Listen to rock and roll. Listen to punk rock. Listen to that shit. Listen to country.
I mean, they talk about suicide or they talk about popping pills, but
it's not the same.
I guess what I'm saying, and I'm just saying, I guess this is on another note. I'm sick and tired. I mean, like, there's not another genre of music that degrades women the way
no, I can.
Oh,
I can
facts.
Agree.
Oh,
I can
absolutely.
I can agree with that.
That talks about that glorifies going around killing people. Like literally, that's a song is not a song unless you're talking about bodying somebody or talking about your AK and what you about to do with it and stuff. I mean, like literally, almost every mumble rap song or most songs are talking about are degrading women and usually talking about selling drugs, going to the trap, and killing somebody. So
I just wanted, like I said, my only, and you don't have to answer this, we can end the show. My only question is, forget the music. Let's put it into a fucking screenplay. Is it the same thing? Is it the same thing if these movie producers write multiple movies doing the same shit? Do we feel the same way? Why can't why I feel like I'm on an island by myself that I don't understand that this is entertainment and what entertainment means?
I feel it's different.
That's
only
all I'm
because
saying.
To me, movies are usually fiction.
No. Hold on. Sean. Let the people answer that, and we'll get back to that next show.
I don't know.
That'd be perfect. It'd be a perfect.
Yeah,
that'd be a perfect way to end it. We gotta go ahead and just
put the question.
We'll is it the same? Is music business and the movie business the same? What I don't know how to rename it.
I'll do it. I'll put something on there.
Yeah, put something on there. Because what I'm gonna do, by the way, for the people that if y'all got interruptions, which I believe y'all did throughout the time of pausing, going, I hope y'all got something out of this. If not, it don't matter because I'm gonna repost this again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on ahead and post it today. Okay, I'm gonna post this show today because I gotta record it. I'm gonna post it today. I'm gonna post it on State to the Point Radio broadband. If y'all could go ahead and share it to y'all pages, as well as I'm going to probably repost it on YouTube as well. I might just leave it alone on YouTube. I think YouTube, I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna post this shit. As a matter of fact, I post it on YouTube, then I'll go ahead and share it on the Facebook State to the Point. Okay, so I want to thank every single person for tuning in. I hope we got your minds a little bit further opened. If this didn't wake y'all up before this show, I mean, I don't know what would, but if this helped, thank you. Thank God that it did. I feel like we need to continue to keep our eyes open. Be very don't be so ignorant to the point that you think that everything is just small circle, that it's just tunnel vision, that everything is gonna be okay, because life is short. So with that being said, tell every single person that you could think of right now, send them a text message, give them a phone call, let them know that you love them. And I think a lot of people get lost in the sauce because there's just so much going on in this world. You got work, you got your 9 to 5, you got kids, you got this, that, and the third. But just to send a quick text message to somebody you haven't talked to in a long time, a friend, a family member, whatever, that you haven't talked to in a long time and you thinking about them, just send them a text message and say, look, man, I love you. I hope everything is well. You ain't got to get into an in-depth conversation. Just tell them you love them. And that's very important because you just never know. You never know. Who would have thought this would have happened to this young gentleman that was trying to do something fantastic for his community? So just let it be known, man. It's very, and more importantly, man, pray. God is real. Okay? God is real. With that being said, Love y'all. I thank y'all. And like we said it at the end of every show, God over everything. Deuces.